Hi, guys. Okay, today we're going to start chapter 14, which is sensory perception. Okay, so sensory perception must have to do with the senses, and they do. When we think about senses, we often think about our special senses. And you can see right here that the special senses are just smell, taste, vision, hearing, and balance. So a lot of times we also think of special senses being touch or pressure or things like that, and they aren't. Special senses think about things right in the face. Even balance is in the head, when the eyes and the ears and the brain. So, special senses think of in the head. General senses are somatic and visceral. Somatic means, remember, somatic meant in the nervous system that it was connected to muscle. So you can kind of think of it that way, that it is close to the surface of the body or in the muscles or right underneath it. And it's things that we have like touch or pressure. Also, some of the things that are listed down here as the somatic senses you can see include touch, pressure, vibration, also thermal, hot and cold, pain, and these are proprioceptive sensations. When you think of proprioceptive sensations, let me try and say that again. Proprioceptive sensations. Think about people that well, I guess it's not people. That wasn't a good way to say that. It's like knowing where you are in space and time, like knowing where your hand is or your elbow is or your knee is. And we have sensors that are in our joints that tell us where we are in space and time. You've seen people that sort of can't keep their balance, might reach out and touch a wall or put their foot on the bed if they feel like they're dizzy, or, like put their foot not necessarily on the bed. I know sometimes when, like, you're having balance issues and you can't get orientation, if you put one foot on the floor, that gives you orientation sometimes. So, with that being said, long explanation, but proprioceptive sensations give us balance and a sense of where our body is. Visceral senses, on the other hand, tell us the conditions of our internal body, such as body fluids and internal organs. When we have pain, when we feel pressure in the internal organs. So, let me go back and review again because that was a little bit confusing. Special senses are in our head. General senses include somatic senses and visceral. Remember, visceral are connected to the visceral organs, and somatic, think about things that are associated with skin or muscle deep. Okay, so there you've got special senses, general senses, somatic, and visceral, which are general senses. And then we have sensation and adaptation. So let's talk about those basic definitions. A sensation is, as it says, conscious or subconscious awareness of external or internal conditions of the body. So, in other words, a sensation can be I'm touching something and it's smooth, but a sensation can also be my glucose is going up, which I wouldn't have any conscious knowledge of. But it's something that triggers the conditions or the internal conditions or external conditions. An adaptation, which we're going to talk about, some senses adapt slowly, some senses adapt fast, is the decrease in the strength of sensation during a prolonged stimulus. Think about your parents walking around with their glasses on their top of their head and they don't know where their glasses are. That's because those senses have decreased the strength of sensation, therefore, they do not realize that their glasses are on top of their head. So, there is a reason for that. So, it's like when some things adapt very quickly to the sensation and then you just sort of forget about them and forget that they're there. But other things, such as pain, those stay with you a long time. They do not adapt. You wouldn't want pain to adapt very quickly. So some things are quick adapting and other things are slow adapting. Okay. In the next section, I'm going to cover the somatic senses. So I'm through there. I hope you have those basic definitions. Bye.